Rob, we're at the point of the offseason where everything a player says or tweets or Instagram lives is being parsed and dissected and calculated and microanalyzed. Is there any value, positive or negative, to Cooper saying that he wants to be a Cowboy for life as he's negotiating a new deal?
Look, I think the fans love it. They want a guy that wants to be a Cowboy for life, that's for sure. But as far as negotiations, I don't think that it would affect the ability to get more money. Like if the team's like, oh, he wants to be here, let's offer him a lot less. Then Amari's just gonna be like, all right, I guess I'll just go to the next team. That's the highest bidder. He wants to be there. That's great. But I think when it comes down to it, the fans are gonna appreciate it. If he goes and gets more money somewhere else, I don't think they're gonna be that mad about it. At least he stated that he wanted to be there. And maybe Dallas would like a guy that wants to be there for life. I mean, it's not a bad situation to say that's where you want to be. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But at the end of the day, he's going to get a contract that he likes. He's going to go to the place that offers him the best contract.
Listen, this is all about optics, right? Fans eat this type of stuff up. They're all on Twitter. They're looking at all this stuff. And you hear first, Amari Cooper goes out and says, yeah, I want to be with this organization for life. So fans automatically, their focus turns to the Cowboy organization and Jerry Jones like, listen, we need to keep this guy because we saw the impact that he had on Dak Prescott when he was traded over from the Las Vegas Raiders. So ultimately, at the end of the day, when business is getting done, none of that stuff matters. Yep. None of it matters because for the organization and the player, it's strictly about numbers and how you fit in the confines of the organization.
Thinking back to each of your own experiences going through negotiations, whether it was with your incumbent team or when you were an open market free agent, eventually signed in Detroit, your first big move in your career. During this process, family, friends, are you talking to them? Because I know that we latch on to what is said publicly, but how much does it consume your day-to-day conversation in the days or weeks leading up to a new deal getting done?
Well, listen, for me, it was about my wife. She, like everything that, in free agency, she had to sign off on it.
Happy wife, happy life.
Correct.
Funny, right?
It was when I visited Detroit, the first thing they did was they split us up. She went to look for, houses and stuff like that. I was with the organization, and ultimately, before I signed any deal, she had to sign off on it.
How about that? Rob, if you were Amari Cooper, by the way, would you even entertain a long-term deal from Dallas before free agency?
If I was Amari Cooper, anything they offered me, I'd probably shake trying to sign because I couldn't sign it fast enough. But, in my situation, I never became a free agent with the Patriots. I always, was talking before I was even close, probably the year before I was up. Because for me, having had a serious injury my rookie year, I realized how fragile your career can be. So I had a hard time risking going out there and potentially being hurt and not having the ability to make a decent amount of money. When it's there in front of you, it's hard to turn it down. So it's definitely, there's risks involved in playing out your contract year. And, some guys gamble and it works out for them and they're able to make a lot of money. And on the flip side of it, we've seen guys that go into it and it doesn't work out and then they have to sign a one-year prove-it deal. So I think that he's in a good position to figure out what is out there. Other teams are going to be very interested in him. So really, when you get to this point, you get through the season, you're healthy, and you have a lot of teams that have needs and they want you, then really you just sit back and let your agent do their job and hope that you hear some good things back. Because every single year there's a guy that you think is going to go get big money, and the first wave of guys are signed, they're still sitting there because some teams have different needs and wants, and other teams, they just don't like a guy for some reason. They just don't want him. So, it'll be interesting, but he's in a good position right now.
Man, he's come so far. A little bit of patience could really pay off for Amari Cooper.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.